In this episode, we're moving further into uncertainty itself and looking at why not knowing can be more activating than bad news, difficult emotions, or even clear problems. Uncertainty places the nervous system in a particular position. There's no clear action to take, no defined outcome to prepare for, and no obvious signal that things are safe or unsafe. The system is left waiting without orientation. From a biological perspective, this makes sense. The nervous system evolved to respond to cues. When cues are missing, that's when it stays alert. Not because something is wrong, but because it doesn't yet know what's required. This is why uncertainty often feels physically uncomfortable. The body's preparing without direction. Muscles stay slightly tense. Breathing becomes shallow. Attention narrows. The system is ready, but with nowhere to go. You might recognize this in everyday situations, waiting for a decision that affects you, not knowing how someone feels about you, being unsure how a situation will unfold. Even small uncertainties can produce disproportionate activation. What often surprises people is that certainty, even when it's unwelcome, can feel settling by comparison. Knowing something difficult is coming allows the system to organize itself. Uncertainty prevents that organization. Another reason uncertainty is so activating is that it invites interpretation. When information is missing, the mind fills the gap. Thoughts speculate. Scenarios are imagined. Outcomes are rehearsed. Each imagined possibility carries emotional weight. Earlier, we talked about how anxious thoughts respond to bodily activation. Uncertainty is one of the strongest triggers for that cycle. The body activates. The mind searches for answers. The absence of answers keeps that loop going. Experience plays a role here as well. If past uncertainty led to difficulty, disappointment, or loss of control, the system learns to treat not knowing as risky. That learning isn't conscious, it's remembered in the body. This is why some people are more sensitive to uncertainty than others. It's not about weakness or preference, it's about what the system has learned to expect when information is missing. Responsibility also intensifies uncertainty. When people feel responsible for outcomes, not knowing feels heavier. The system isn't just waiting, it's waiting while holding potential consequence. You can see this in situations where someone else's decision affects you. The lack of control increases activation. The body stays alert because it can't act to influence what's coming. Another important factor is timing. Uncertainty feels more tolerable when it has a clear endpoint, when there's a known time when information will arrive. The system can pace itself. Open-ended uncertainty is much harder to hold. This helps explain why people often cope better with waiting when there's a date, a plan, or a next step. Structure reduces activation even if the outcome remains unknown. What changes the experience of uncertainty over time is not eliminating it, but becoming more familiar with it. When people experience uncertainty repeatedly without negative outcomes, the system gradually recalibrates. This is not a cognitive process, it's experimental. The body learns that waiting does not always lead to threat. That learning reduces urgency. You might notice this in how uncertainty feels later compared to earlier. The same situation arises, but the activation is lower. The sensations are still there, but they don't escalate in the same way. Understanding why uncertainty activates the nervous system can reduce self-judgment. Instead of seeing anxiety as irrational, people begin to see it as a response to lack of information and control. That understanding opens space for a different response. Rather than trying to eliminate uncertainty, people begin finding ways to stay orientated within it, focusing on what is known, attending to what is within reach, allowing not knowing to exist without feeling it immediately. This doesn't remove discomfort, it just makes it more tolerable. As tolerance grows, uncertainty stops dominating attention. It becomes part of experience rather than the center of it. That shift is often what allows anxiety to settle more consistently. Over in the next episode, we'll explore how people begin building tolerance for uncertainty in everyday life and why that tolerance develops through experience rather than reassurance or control.